Hello and welcome back to An Old Man Watches, where today I will be talking about the Gonzo 1997 science fiction action satire Starship Troopers. And this film is set in the 23rd century, where Earth has become a unified citizen federation, a single world government, which is a military government founded generations earlier. And within the structure of this new society, many rights, including those to vote and the ability to have children, are granted only to those who have served in the military. That is your path to citizenship, as opposed to being merely a civilian. Now, on graduating from high school, callow teen jock Johnny Rico enlists for military service. He doesn't do so for the rights it grants, however. He does so in order to remain close with his girlfriend Carmen, whose ambition is to fly spaceships for the Navy. Humanity, you see, has spread across the galaxy with settlements on many planets. But we are not alone. Also out there are an aggressive alien race with a somewhat insectoid appearance. Despite their apparent lack of technology, these bugs, as they are derisively dubbed, turn up on multiple worlds. When ongoing border skirmishes with the bugs flare up into all-out warfare, the aliens prove far tougher and more organised than the human government anticipated. Johnny, Carmen and their friends find that their military service has plunged them into the front lines of a desperate, far more deadly conflict than they, or anyone else in the human military structure, ever expected. So this Paul Verhoeven film suffered from poor reviews on release, and that likely contributed to it having a disappointing box office performance. That in turn greatly disappointed me because I thought it was hugely enjoyable nonsense and would have loved to see more. Over time, however, perception of the film does seem to have swung in my direction. The film has become something of a cult favourite and has spawned multiple sequels, both live action and animated, as well as a CGI TV series, video games, comics and other merchandise. So why was the film so poorly received and what's caused it to be reassessed? Well, since you asked, I think the first point of controversy was that the film is nominally an adaptation of Robert Heinlein's science fiction novel, Starship Troopers. In Heinlein's book, highly trained soldiers in advanced power armour wreak widespread havoc in the war with the bugs, while the narrative touts the virtues of a society in which only those willing to fight to defend it will get a say in how it is run. Now, fans of the novel were outraged by the film, because instead of small groups of elite forces in advanced power armour, it features swarms of regular infantry, most armed with little more than assault rifles. And instead of Heinlein's efficient, precision-run society, it depicted a culture of clumsy, bombastic propaganda, buffoonish strategy, and ham-fisted jingoism. Amusingly, though, even as it sparked anger for defiling Heinlein's novel, or at least in part because it gleefully satirised his concept of a militarised social order, the film also attracted vociferous criticism for its perceived fascist overtones. The fact that the film was obviously parodying the preening smugness of such militaristic wannabes seems to have escaped many people. I'm honestly not sure how, because, trust me, the satire is not subtle. This is a film of unabashed gung-ho excess on every front, in fact. Everybody in Johnny Rico's life is gorgeous, wears beautiful clothes, and wants for nothing. Rico himself is an astonishing athlete with a drop-dead gorgeous girlfriend, and there's also another equally gorgeous woman who wants him. His best friend is the smartest kids in school. Their lives are like something out of Beverly Hills 90210, except for the fact that they're all about to go and fight a whole mess of monstrous alien space bugs, and see plenty of their friends get torn limb from limb in the process. Because, make no mistake, the battle scenes in this movie are every bit as over the top and sensationalised as was Rico's idyllic pre-war lifestyle. Swarms of slavering bugs charge over landscapes as hundreds of human soldiers pour what seems like millions of bullets into them. Other bugs the size of buildings act as anti-spaceship artillery, expelling glowing balls of plasma from their posteriors with sufficient force to target vessels in high orbit. In these over-the-top, overwrought scenarios, it should be no surprise that not a single actor ever merely speaks a line. All dialogue is shouted, smirked, snarled, or sneered. This is a live-action cartoon, a glorious mishmash of fantasized consumer success and equally fantasized action hero glory. Starship Troopers is a movie that makes Verhoeven's earlier RoboCop look subtle and nuanced. It is, in my opinion, glorious nonsense. Now, Starship Troopers features a considerable amount of what is now very aged CGI effects. I mean, this is a 25-year-old film these days. Goodness me, gracious me. It has the main warrior bugs appearing in their computer-generated hundreds. A lot of the close-up details and other effects, however, employ old-school practical effects techniques, so there's a lot of rubber on display. And not just with the bugs, because much of the acting in this movie is not exactly nuanced and subtle. As Johnny Rico, for instance, leading man Casper Van Dien has a very impressive jawline, but there's a reason that his latter-day career includes such offerings as Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf. Now, given the bombast of the script, the most subtle performances are not really called for, and the cast are at least photogenic, and they appear to be having a good time. Jake Busey, Michael Ironsides, and Neil Patrick Harris, for instance, all seem to be fully on the film's deliberate style of excess, and they play into it with gusto. And then we've got Dina Meyer, who does her usual mid-90s thing of somehow managing to appear in a substantially better movie than anyone else around her. But yeah, on the whole, rich and fully textured is not the Starship Troopers way. Explosions and shouty speeches are. Check it out if you want to see a gonzo, over-the-top schlockfest of hammy acting, casual nudity, and butt-ugly bug monsters getting smashed. Which, to be frank, I do. Next time, we're going to blast back to the height of blaxploitation with the 1977 hijinks of The Guy from Harlem. But that's next time. Until then, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it.